Yeah. It puts the ball in our court of like we're the ones responsible for their actions.
Right.
Yeah. I was like, if any straight guy wants to learn respect for not attacking somebody, go to a gay club. It's not fun. When you get grabbed, it's not a good time.
Yeah, it's interesting though because I feel like growing up and experiencing that in the gay club and getting like high key sexually harassed, like it's a very different thing. Like either you like rise and like your self-esteem rises and you're like, get the fuck away from me, and you start to like control the situation, you learn to control it. Um, or you start off in like a kind of a more downward pattern where it's like it can be very traumatic and scary and like not a good thing. And I think there's a balance of both in there, like there's like you put yourself in iffy situations sometimes and you're like, okay, maybe not, maybe gone a little too far here.
Yeah.
But I also just think you're right, Eric. Like I've taken straight friends to West Hollywood and the Castro and other places, and like they're like, "Oh my god, that guy just grabbed my ass," and I'm just like, "Bro, you just talked about grabbing some girl's ass in the club 2 days ago. Like, what are you saying?" Like, and they're like, "Well, it's different," and I'm like, "It's not different. That person does not know you, and they
But
just
her dress was asking for it, bro.
right." And I'm like, they're over here trying to grab your dick, yes, right now, like right now, like they are DT, like they're down to suck your dick in the bathroom. I shit you not. But like the girls you're trying to talk to, not in that same category. Like no, like, and he's like, they're so aggressive, and I'm like, I'm happy you're learning your lessons here. Going through like gay.
Yeah. It's like the rule. You can look, but you can't stare or touch.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if somebody's wearing something, I'm gonna look, but I'm not gonna be like fucking eye focused on somebody because that's creepy.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
you
that
gotta be creepy about it.
people wear great things to be looked
Yeah.
at. Like don't get me wrong, like I think there's a certain, to look good, yes, but also like there's some people who have some banging bodies, and it's just like they know what they're putting out there, but at the same time it's like everybody
You can't be grabbing dicks, bro. Consent. That is the number one keyword.
yeah. Also just like I don't know, like making out with people in public. I feel like in my early 20s that was such a like thing you did when you went out. Like you went and got fucking wasted and you try to find some dude to like make out with. Um and
No, actually, I don't know, but yes, I understand.
yeah, but I'm sure it was the same for you and girls. It's like, oh, you're trying to like, hook
Hell yeah,
up at
man.
a party or like, at least get a girl's number
Hell
or
yeah, brother.
you know it's just like a different it was such a different thing. And then I feel like I graduated to being like, I got my people.
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm
Even
good.
when it's not random, I think that's like I noticed this the other day at the brewery. There was this like I assume they were a couple, maybe they were on a new date or whatever. I don't know their lives, but they were younger and they like came in and like I started serving them and like they were, it was just not very busy and they're just like making out at the table and it was like half like super cute and half like why is this happening here? What is going on? Like like
'Cause they both live at home.
yeah, like I don't know your lives, but I feel like there are better places to do this. Like
No, I totally used to make out in like random ass public ass places too. I feel like with my whoever the significant other was at the time.
oh yeah, we all have those moments.
Yeah. It's just a funny like I don't know, and then it's weird looking back on like I don't know about you guys, but like dating people who were older or younger. Like I feel like I've always dated older. It's always been a thing. Even when I was like 16, 17, like was dating some guy that was like 24.
Mine's always been like just like my age is like usually the minimum and then like a little older. And recently someone tried to set me up with someone younger and I was like, oh, I don't know how I feel about that. Like
Yeah,
I
no,
always
still
did.
too young when they're older.
I always did younger because it was just easier.
oh my God, Cypress Sir.
No, no, no. I'm not saying I do it now, but it was just like it was normal for guys to be like, "Hey, she's young, she can get it."
Yeah, but that's total stereotypical. That's like part of the unlearning
Now,
stuff that I'm talking about.
that's what I'm saying, dude. That was what I'm saying. That was like our normal thing to do. It was like fucking right out of fucking. Oh man, I'm not gonna say that shit, but like right out of fucking high school, it was like ready to go. like fresh. Like, dude, we used to stand up. Okay, we used to do this
Wait,
shit
you were right out of high school, or they were right out of high school?
right out of high school for them because like
Okay,
we
I
used
was
to
like, you can't do that when you're out.
because like I remember like in college we used all the guys fraternity or non-fraternity we used to stand on top of this hill in SF State and we'll watch all the sorority girls pick their with the new classes coming in, right? Because all the major sororities will run into the quad to call it. I think I forgot what they called it, but like we called it the sorority draft, and we get to see the new prospects that are coming in fresh out of the chopping block. And it was just normal. It was just like we always aim younger because it was the idea of like, younger is tighter. And
Oh my god.
Eric.
I'm not saying this is a good thing. I'm just trying to explain what was going on at the time. And it's easier to
Trick them?
yeah, stoop them into like believing something that you're not. You know what I mean?
Wow. So you're taking advantage of young girls. Got it.
They were 18. What can I say? But
Yeah, but that's what I mean. It's
But
like
that was a normal thing that people did. I mean, that was a thing that people, not a normal thing. That was a thing.
Did like they don't do it anymore.
Still do that, and like that's the part that kills me is that like as a 29-year-old man currently, I cannot fathom the idea of hooking up with, dating, or being with someone who's below the age of 21. It's been that way since I was like 19. When I was 19, I had a boyfriend who was like 23, and it was even weirder because I was like, you must really love me because I cannot believe you haven't been to a bar in 2 fucking years. Like,
Oh yeah, that is crazy.
like that's hella crazy, right? I'm like, yo, like I I could not do that. I'm not the one for that. Like I'm I'm not that patient. I'm sorry. I don't care how good it is. I don't care who you are. Like that's just not gonna happen, you know? Why wouldn't I be able to date somebody who's my age or above? I feel like that's perfectly appropriate, but it's not even just about being appropriate. There's nothing wrong with dating someone with the age difference or anything like that. I just think like when you get below 20, that's when I'm like, yo, like these are girls, you know, like they're not women yet. They're like
Yeah.
still trying to like figure their life together. Because I know when I was 18, 19, 20, and 21, my brain does not think the way it did at 24, nor did it at 28 or 29 like now, you know. It's just like I truly get the idea. I was much more risky, you know. I was much more like fast out there doing things I shouldn't be doing. But like I don't know. It's like everybody's got to kind of learn those boundaries, and everybody should be afforded that right. You know?
Yeah, you just want to be somebody's mistake, and it was a good time.
I mean, even when I'm like choosing people who I think are like, even now, like I think someone's like older and mature and still doesn't always feel like that. So like, I don't know. I don't think I could go. Yeah, no. There's definitely I do feel like age is just a number, but I feel like it's also, a quantifier that we have of like time experience. And I do think time helps us evolve. And I feel like, we've all been young and dumb. And I think everyone deserves that right to be young and dumb without having that pressure or that like, I don't know. I just don't, I already feel like someone's mom
Dude,
sometimes is someone older.
sometimes an 18-year-old is just an old soul.
You're
Yeah. I don't know about that.
You're the perfect age for the perfect time in your life. It lines up perfectly, my friend.
Oh,
You show me that
it was-
18-year-old like teenage old soul. We'll talk. But
It
I
was
feel like no.
damn, dude. Wait, I mean, college was a different time, but
True.
it was just a normal thing to do, I guess. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, but I've learned that like just because something is normal for the time doesn't make it any less like terrible, you know, or any more correct, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like there's a lot of like Not Another Teen Movie, American Pie. There's a lot of films that like
Don't you touch American Pie, bro.
you're like
I knew Eric was coming for that.
Don't you dare.
I love those movies too, Eric. But at the same time, it's like if you watch them now, it's like fuck, like
It's hard on the heart, dude.
But if you watch like, but you go back and like watch American Reunion, those guys have grown with the times. It's like the perfect
A little,
reflection
like-
of us. Except for Stifler. Stifler is kind of but everybody else has
But
kind of grown.
Stifler's your favorite.
He's my favorite.
Jennifer Coolidge is like still the best. Like Jennifer, like Stifler's mom. You know,
Mhm.
I just saw her in a Single All the Way. It's like a gay rom-com on Netflix.
I need
It's
to watch this apparently.
good. It's got this guy named Philemon Chambers. He's like he plays a character called Nick. He's like so beautiful. He's so hot. I can't.
Oh, I'm excited for it.
But yeah, my boyfriend and I just watched it, but it's like it's so good. But where was I going with this?
The reunion and single all the way, and that Stifler's mom is still the best.
Oh yeah, Jennifer Coolidge is in the movie. Yeah, thank you. So she was like she was so good in it, and it was just she was hilarious, and it just reminded me of that like I don't know. There's still some great actors out there that are from that time. That's kind of heinous, you know.
That have evolved though, like
Absolutely. But even then, it's like she still plays that same kind of character, like that
She's
Totally.
typecast, yeah.
funny aunt.
I
You
feel like
know?
she'd have to. Like, who else is she gonna play? Like the philosopher?
Totally. I feel like she did come out with a pretty serious role though in the past year. Like she's got a pretty serious show or movie out there right now. It's like actually it's like her chops, you know.
I gotta look that
Yeah.
up.